name is Kalina. I'm Bulgarian and I've been traveling for almost 5 months now. Before that, I used to live in Spain for 14 years. I love it. It's my favorite European country, but the situation turned out to be very difficult for renting apartment and for making a living there. So I just decided, instead of staying and complaining about my life, just to do something, to go out of my comfort zone. And the best thing that occurred to me was to pack all my stuff, to go back to Bulgaria, to see all my family and friends for a month, tell them what I was going to do. I wanted to do the Silk Road. It was one of my dreams. Most of them weren't very supportive because they knew that I was going to travel by myself, and they thought it was going to be very dangerous, and they were trying to convince me not to do it. But I persisted. I'm very glad that I did it because it was an amazing experience. I really loved every part of it.
My name is Darinka.
Mila?
Javiera.
And where you come from?
Santiago de Chile.
Chile. South America.
We're sisters.
And I am a friend.
We got to Japan first, and then we went to India, then Thailand, then here, then we're going to Laos, Vietnam, and then Cambodia. So it's going to be a lot of places in such a little time, but I think that's the only option we have because we only have 3 months, but we want to come back for sure.
Je m'appelle Régis Bonnereau, photographe, voyageur.
Et ça fait combien de temps que tu voyages?
Ça fait un peu plus de 20 ans maintenant que je voyage une bonne partie de l'année.
Et où?
J'ai passé 15 ans sur l'Amérique latine, à travailler autour des cultures indigènes en tant que photographe. Et puis les dernières années, j'ai fait beaucoup l'Asie, de l'Inde, Asie du Sud-Est.
Et tu voyages combien de temps en moyenne par an?
On va dire une moyenne de 6 mois à peu près, la moitié de l'année. Donc j'ai vu des lieux se développer, le tourisme évidemment changer la donne puisque ça a permis de créer une économie. Voilà. Bon. Après, ça n'a pas transformé non plus le monde, mais des régions sont développées par le tourisme.
Est-ce que tu as pu voir une nouvelle génération ou pas de voyageurs, ou est-ce que c'est toujours à peu près la même chose?
J'ai vu, moi quand j'ai commencé à voyager à 25 ans, forcément je voyageais beaucoup avec des gens, je rencontrais beaucoup de gens de mon âge, de 25-30 ans, et évidemment maintenant c'est une nouvelle génération de jeunes qui voyagent plus longtemps. Non, pas plus longtemps, mais il y a plus de jeunes qui voyagent longtemps, plus de jeunes filles notamment. En Asie, je pense que c'est pas tout à fait nouveau parce que c'est des pays très sûrs, mais en Amérique latine, c'est plus récent, quoi. Il y avait beaucoup moins de jeunes filles qui voyageaient seules avant.
Je m'appelle Angéline, j'ai 21 ans et je viens de sortir d'école de commerce. Faut que je regarde quoi? Je te regarde toi ou...
Tu peux regarder le micro.
Ok. Je suis partie en Birmanie dans le cadre d'un stage de fin d'études. Je travaille dans une entreprise birmane qui fait des panneaux solaires et développe des projets d'électrification rurale. J'ai fait ça pendant 6 mois et du coup, après ça, je suis partie pendant 3 semaines voyager dans la Birmanie.
C'est la première fois que tu voyages à l'étranger?
Non, j'ai eu l'occasion de pas mal bouger grâce à mon école de commerce et aux différents programmes qu'ils proposent, aux échanges universitaires entre autres. Du coup, j'ai fait l'Amérique latine, une partie de l'Asie et c'est la 3e fois que je pars.
Hi, my name is Kirsten Gallagher. I'm a traveler, just coming out into the world to see what's out here, to meet people and to try different foods, explore culture. So I create content for the internet. I work for some publishing groups who I write articles and blog posts for, sometimes other things like product descriptions, or I'll help clean up people's translations for their websites.
Could you explain what is a traveler for you?
This is a big kind of loaded question for people who like to do a lot of travel. They like to differentiate themselves between being a traveler and being a tourist. And I think that even people that travel for a long time can still have the mindset of a tourist by coming into places and not being very respectful of the culture. I've met a lot of young people, for example, who are backpacking for long periods of time, and they're not necessarily travelers, even though they're out there for 3 or 4 or 5, 6 months at a time. They won't wear clothing that's appropriate for the environment, or they'll get drunk a lot and like be really rowdy on the streets, and that's not really, to me, traveling. It's not respectful.
Oh, where you come from?
I'm from Japan. My first travel was when I was 19. I was university student, and then I went to Indonesia, Bali. Okay, and then actually it was not like travel. It was volunteer. And then I went to some school. I went to some house. Many children live, and over there they don't have parents. And then for 1 week or 2 weeks we help children.
What do you like in travel?
I like to meet many people. I like to meet local people, and also I like to meet travelers, many travelers from all over the world.
My name's Chloe. I'm from the UK. I'm 27 years old, and I've been travelling for about a month so far, and I've only been to Thailand at the moment.
You are traveling alone?
Yep, travelling alone.
For how long?
hopefully for about 6 months, dependent on money. So I've saved up enough, hopefully, to get me to the end of June, and then I'm heading over to New Zealand to live out there for a year or two and get a little job.
And what do you expect to find in this travel?
Well, I think for me, as a young person, hopefully still, we're expected to obviously like go to university, get a job, and then you're working then. You can't really afford to buy a house these days, especially if you live in London like I did. So I think you start to crave that freedom for a short period of time in your life whilst you can, before you kind of have ties and you have children and a partner and get married, buy a house hopefully later on. So I really want all of that, but not quite ready for it yet. And I've worked for about 7 years after university, so I've got a good amount of experience in my career now in order to take a year or two out and come back and pretty much slot straight back in to where I was when I left. So I think we have to take that opportunity if we have the chance to go and see the world and have that kind of freedom and that time to think and be on your own and grow and meet other people. So I think that was my reasoning before I spend my life working.
Est-ce que le voyage a transformé quelque chose en toi?
Ah oui, forcément, c'est déjà... on répond à pas mal de questions, on assouvit sa curiosité aussi. On découvre le monde, on découvre d'autres cultures, donc ça permet évidemment d'avoir un décalage par rapport à sa propre culture, par rapport à ses certitudes, donc ça remet plein de choses en question. Après, tout dépend de comment on voyage, de ce qu'on recherche à travers le voyage. Donc, moi j'étais photographe, journaliste, donc forcément j'essayais de comprendre des choses. Quand j'ai commencé à travailler sur l'Amérique latine, je travaillais sur les cultures indigènes, donc ça m'a fait connaître leur monde, rentrer dans leur univers. Et leur univers est extrêmement différent du monde occidental, quoi. Donc ça a changé ma perception du monde, ça a changé ma vision du monde, oui, bien sûr.
My name is Nicholas. I'm born in Germany. I live in Germany at the northern border. I live in Flensburg. I'm a student and I study information technology. For me, the use of traveling is discovering a part of the world and discovering yourself. For me, it's mainly discovering myself, because I haven't been by myself since I am 18, basically. I had my girlfriend, I had either my parents or my friends or my girlfriend, and I haven't done anything really by myself. And so it's kind of a challenge for myself, and to really discover your own thinking and to gain some new perspectives on the whole world. I think that's the main purpose of traveling for me.
My name is Agostina. I'm Argentinian from Buenos Aires, but I always say that I have a Brazilian soul because I traveled there so many times that I feel really connected with that culture. So I am Argentinian because I was born in Argentina, but I love Brazil very, very much. And so right now we are in Bright Beach in Port Barton in the Philippines. This is very, very far away from my country. It was always a dream of mine to come to Southeast Asia, and especially Philippines, because it's not so touristic as it can be Thailand or Vietnam or Laos, etc. My first trip was to Bolivia. I was 20 years old. I had never left Argentina before. Neither had any of my family, like not my mother, not my father. They never left Argentina. So to me, it was like I didn't have much money. So Bolivia was the only option. And it was actually one of my favorite trips.
I'm 20 years old today, it's my birthday today, and I come from Poland. I don't have one proper definition of traveling, but I've read one interesting sentences before I came to Asia, and it was like differences between tourism and traveling. Tourists don't know where they were, and travelers don't know where are they going, and it's literally true. Like, I had that plan, but it's changing all the time, as I said. Also, 1 year ago, when I was 19, I would never be able to think that right now I'm 20, it's my birthday, and I'm in Philippines and still carry on traveling. Also, like, for me, traveling is a little bit getting to know yourself. It's not only about the cultures and people you can meet. You can also get really, really well yourself when you are traveling, because you don't have proper tour package.
Est-ce que tu te considères comme une touriste, comme une voyageuse, comme une backpackeuse?
Pas comme une touriste, j'espère. Plutôt comme une voyageuse. Je trouve que le terme de backpacking est rendu très commun aujourd'hui par tous ces livres de backpackers, toutes ces guest house, mais c'est au final très confortable et ça suit des itinéraires presque tous les mêmes, et j'ai l'impression qu'on a perdu ce côté vraiment sauvage qu'on pouvait retrouver dans le backpacking où on est vraiment perdu au milieu de nulle part, alors qu'au final on suit un itinéraire.
I tell everyone the story about my motorbike trip through the North Vietnam. So I rented a motorbike for 10 days, and what I've seen there, I would have never thought I would see in my whole life. First of all, the landscape is jaw-dropping. Wherever you drive the motorbike, the landscape is, you can stop every 5 minutes and look at the huge amount of impressive mountains in such a weird shape. But the most mind-changing experience also was when we stopped in a cafe, basically in the middle of nowhere. It was near the Chinese border, and it was basically the living room. You sit down in their living room. They don't have a door. They just have an open house, and there was a mattress on the floor in one room, and there was a child, and that child was walking there and had a gaze, like a stare, that as weird as it sounds, that was so. It kind of got me, and I thought, what does the child think in that moment? And it looked at me, and I have my cell phone on the table, and another guy has had his camera on the table, and this kid will probably never have the opportunity to see what we see, to discover the world, to have a real good education. While we sit there, enjoy our lives. I'm a student. I got paid money for studying in New Zealand, to study in a foreign country. And this kid, I don't know, gains money through his parents selling a coffee for 40 cents. So at that moment I thought I can't. So that really changed me, because at that moment I thought I can't work at home for a company that has only the target to earn money. So that's only up for profit. So yeah, that was one experience that I really liked, and where I really have kind of discovered myself.
J'ai eu une réflexion l'autre jour qui disait que voyager, c'est toujours pour soi. On peut voyager pour aider les autres, comme un voyage humanitaire, on peut voyager en famille pour partager un moment, mais au final, c'est toujours pour soi, parce qu'on apprend toujours sur soi, et si la solitude l'existence est une solitude, alors c'est juste un apprentissage égoïste. Et suer sur les routes, ça apprend juste à revenir au principal. C'est vrai qu'en France, on est très confortable, et c'est comme un retour à l'essentiel, je dirais.
Merci.